on a big ass magnet on his arm, and I think
Oh,
that scene was right before the um, the big fight in the airport, so they needed some more firepower. So, and I guess he said, "I know a guy." They wanted some more
oh,
firepower, so
right.
they
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
Ant Man in
Makes
there.
sense.
And so I
Makes
think
sense.
for me, I'm gonna choose for the next movie. I'm gonna choose Ant Man. This is the next
Oh,
one
yes.
uh,
First one?
in
The
discussion. Yes,
first
sir. So
Ant-Man?
let's talk about the first Ant Man,
All right,
um,
where's that at?
which is
Aha.
right here.
Ooh,
Um,
where am I gonna put
Ant
this?
Man to me has a lot of personal things because ever since I was about 15 or 16, I always tell people that one of my favorite superheroes was Ant Man. People always laugh. First of all, they don't know who that is, and when I explain to them the power, they even laugh harder, right? And as a fan, even for me as a fan, I didn't even when I heard that they were making Ant Man, I had mad doubts, dude, because I was like, even I didn't think that they would be able to pull this off MCU
Yeah.
wise, but they
Hmm.
did. And to me, for such an odd character, and obviously Paul Rudd, who's one of my favorite comedic actors of all time, I'm gonna put this at least on a personal level. I'm gonna put this on letter A, man. It's up
Ooh,
there. It's up
okay.
there for me
Okay.
only
Wow.
because it introduced to the audience that it's okay to be weird. It's okay to put all like you don't have to fly as a superhero all the time. You don't have to have super strength as a superhero all the time. You can have a gimmick. You know what I mean? As Anthony or as Falcon said during Civil War, everyone's got a gimmick now.
There's a Spider-Man and Ant-Man?
The
Or
Spider
what?
Man and Ant Man. Yeah. So and I think the marketing for this was really good. The trailers were really good.
Word, word, word.
And even though it stepped away from traditional MCU, I guess Marvel narration where you have Ant Man as Henry Pym, the Ant
Yeah.
Man is Scott Lang, which is the newer one, which was made, I think, in 2008, 2009 when Scott Lang in the comics came in, and it was pretty much the same story in the comics, which was a kid, except in the comics his daughter was dying and he needed the money, so he stole Hank Pym's suit to steal some money, and he brought
Word.
back the suit. Still a bit different in this one, but pretty much the same sort of setting where he has a daughter. He's played, and Scott Paul Rudd plays an amazing, like I don't want to say dumb, but it's just like clueless, oblivious superhero, which is
Mm-hmm.
dope. You know what I mean? And you
I
got
agree.
Evangeline Lilly
Mm-hmm.
as as the love counterpart, and of course Michael Douglas, is his name,
Yo.
as
Yeah.
Henry Pym, which is very
Mm-hmm.
controversial in the comic book because he has been known to slap women around. But let's not talk about that.
Who, Henry Pym or Michael Douglas?
Henry Pym, Henry Pym. So in the comics,
Oh,
Henry Pym has yeah,
yo,
that's
shout outs to the origins of the comics.
yeah,
Because, Stream, I don't know if you were born like in the past decade, but it wasn't
yeah.
always,
Butterflies and
wasn't always like
rainbows.
this.
Yeah, Marvel. That's what I liked about Marvel as a young person was they dove, I guess they dove into
Yeah,
issues
yeah,
that weren't necessarily taboo, but they needed a voice, and
it's true.
everything from racism, Black Panther to LGB. It parallels with what the mutants are going through.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yep,
Um, it's just better
it's true.
than a dude in a blue spandex suit lifting
Yeah, yeah.
cars and you know
Has God mode pretty
has
much.
God
Like,
mode. Yeah, and Ant Man
yeah,
had a villain, which was
yeah.
Yellow Jacket, um, played by Egghead. Or people speculate that he was supposed to be Egghead from the comics, but um, what did you think about the villain? What did you think about Ant Man in general? Were you hype? Was it something that you
Well,
were excited for?
honestly, yes, I would put this also in my A list, but
Ooh.
I would probably say that it would be the bottom of the A list.
Oh wow.
Because I don't have the same kind of attachment as
Mm.
you do to Ant-Man, the character and like the storyline.
Mm.
But I like Paul Rudd. I like Michael Douglas.
Mm.
Um, Evangeline, I had never seen whatever film or like show she was in. Was it
Lost.
Lost?
Lost. Yeah.
Okay, so I've never seen an episode of Lost ever.
Same here.
So like but she was great in it. And I also loved her in the next one.
Yeah.
It was yeah.
I think the
So,
goat in that
but
movie
yeah,
is obviously Michael Pena because
yeah.
he, dude,
Like
that
how many brown guys have you seen in the MCU like for more than like 10
for
lines?
real, man, dude. Like
Yeah,
when,
not
like
many.
when he drove Scott Lang from the prison, and he's just like, my mom died. Yeah, my dad left. Oh, me and my girlfriend broke up, and then he's like, but I got the
Yo,
van though. Like that,
yeah. Yo, Stream, tell me you know a guy like this
dude.
all day. I know a guy
Absolutely,
like this. I know many guys exactly like this. Almost like kind of talks
obviously,
the same
dude.
too.
Obviously, dude. It to me. He's like obliviously strong-willed. Like he has no idea how strong he is as a person.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's the first pair of boobs I ever touched. It's wrong details. Those are the wrong details. Like the
yeah,
the dialogue in that
yeah,
movie, it was so
yeah.
good and it was so funny. It was just like, dude, Baskin Robbins knows everything. Like, how do you even think about that? You know what I mean?
Did you ever see him in any other films
No,
before Ant-Man?
no. But
Michael
I
Pena?
did hear about the one where he plays a cop, or I did hear about some of the serious ones that he did, and that he did a good job on that.
Or
So this was a little bit of a different light for some people for Michael
True.
Pena.
Well, actually, I saw him in a Ben Stiller film,
Hmm.
um, and it was kind of like a heistish movie, I
Yeah,
think.
that's the one that people are
But
talking
he's
about.
he's hilarious in it.
Oh,
Like,
is he? Oh man, I can't wait.
so it's like kind of almost the same ish like character.
Mm.
Um,
What is it
but
called?
yeah, I forget. But Matthew Broderick is in it as well. It's so weird.
Oh, Shots of Godzilla. Stream, if you know what movie he's talking about, put it in the comments below, just to remind this
There were
man
so many Ben
what
Stiller
this movie
movies,
is called.
guys.
Of course, yeah, Ben
Yeah,
Stiller's one
so
of the goat, man. Rest in peace to his
yeah,
daddy. Um,
seriously, Jerry.
uh, Another one that we need to probably uh, say I'm impressed with is Ti in the movie. I think he did a great job being. I know it's not the biggest role, but Ti did a good job at being one
Ti,
of
yo, he
yeah,
came up.
yeah, Tip, man. He
He's
did.
trying to do the ludicrous.
He did. Okay, let's be real now. Okay, I mean, would you give Ludacris an Oscar for his performance at
Okay,
Fast and Furious, or Hustle
no,
and Flow, or let's
no, but I mean,
Ti
Ti
did
is not breaking any.
of course that Ti is not groundbreaking or anything, but he did do a good job. Shout outs to the King.
Yeah,
Bring him
yeah.
out.
Ooh,
You know,
yeah.
it's hard
Yo,
to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Um,
what you know about that stream? Let us know in the comments.
what you know
And then
about?
they'll be like, I know all about that.
I
Loaded
know.
AO.
Yo, shout outs to Ti, man. Paper Trail, King, all those fucking trap music with the
Ooh,
Z and K. You already know what
yeah.
albums I'm talking about, man. Push some buttons below and tell me your
Ooh,
favorite Ti album. Uh,
yo, stream. I need to interrupt for like a quick 30 seconds, maybe more,
are you
to tell
plugging
you
a
about
sponsor?
dude. No, the first time I played Ti out in public was when I was in high school, and we got our first phones that
Ooh,
could
yeah,
could
that's
play
big.
music.
That's big, yeah.
Got stream. I had 10 songs, like probably max, on this fucking thing,
Oh no.
and it was a Sony Ericsson. It was orange and gray, and I was playing Ti in the bus on the way to the Royal or the Science Center, and my science teacher, because I was a loser back in high school, is
Okay.
sitting beside me,
Oh
And
wow.
I have to share the seat with him, right? And he's a fucking sci-fi nerd, like Star Trek and shit.
Okay, cool. Shout out
So
to
I'm
Star
playing
Trekkies.
TI. Yeah,
Oh wow.
just shout outs to the
Shout
Trekkies.
out to
Yeah,
Trekkie, man. Live long and prosper. And you were
yeah.
playing Ti. What song were you playing?
I was probably playing that song I was just like referencing.
What you
Loaded
know
A,
about that?
oh, where the load. What you know about that? Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Um, that sounded so fire through the phone. And I was the only one in the bus doing it, right? And he looks at me, he's like, "That's not music." Yo, that's my science teacher. He's
Wow.
supposed to be a factual man,
Wow.
a man of
He
science. And he
doesn't.
said TI was not music. Where the
No.
fuck you at now?
You should have looked at him and he said, "Music. What you know about that?"
Ooh.
And then you said, "I know all about that." That is TIP, man. That
Yo,
is TIP for real.
yo,
Um,
yo, stream. Shout outs to what you would have done.
yeah. What would you have done? Because I would have rolled them up on my 24s. Trying to put as
Dude,
much Ti reference as much as I can.
yeah, man.
Okay, so Ant Man is
What were we
letter.
talking about?
Ant Man
Oh,
is
yeah.
A. So go back to
Yeah,
the tier list.
yeah. So
Ant
it's,
Man
yeah,
is
it
A.
would be a bottom tier A.
I I
Bottom of A.
I agree with your A-ness. But obviously, I don't agree with the bottom. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. We haven't gone through everything yet. Ray. Oh, wait, sorry. Let's talk about the secret ending for Ant Man. What was that?
Uh, I forget, and that's good because I would love to remember,
Oh,
or I
yeah, I
would be
remember.
surprised when I see it again.
I
Do you
remember.
remember?
Yeah, it was.
What is it?
Evangeline Lilly getting her suit. So it was just
Oh,
Hank Pym
that was
opening up
sick.
the closet and what did she say? It's
Oh,
about damn time.
yeah,
Wow, that's what she said. It's about, which is also the
yeah.
first line that a Marine said when StarCraft 2 trailer came out. Back into the 2007, I think. It was a Marine. He comes out and he says, "It's about damn time." And
Nice.
all the
Because how
sword.
long were they waiting from StarCraft One?
I think
Like
that was
years?
12 years. 12 years of a sequel.
Wow, that's long. Are you serious?
Yeah, so StarCraft
It's
1 came out.
about damn time.
Yeah, StarCraft 1 came out almost at the same time as Warcraft 2.
Oh, okay,
In the
okay.
same year, but at the end of the year. And then Warcraft 3 happened, and World of Warcraft was made. And then so people were like, yo, where's my sequel to StarCraft? And then finally, they made it. That's why that was the first
Nice.
line, because it was about damn time. But shout outs to the
That's
Wasp, which
sick.
we're going to be talking about later. And Ray, introduce us to the next movie that we should discuss. Put on the list.
Ooh. Um. So stream. Let's put another. Let's put another. Let's put a Mjolnir in another. I don't know how to fucking say this. All right. Let's put Ragnarok in my anus list. Where's
Oh
Ragnarok?
man, Ragnarok, dude. That
Where's
one,
Ragnarok? Oh,
that's
there.
such a
Yeah. Hell.
yeah.
Okay. First of all, stream.
Mm.
When they introduced Kate Blanchett to this movie, I was like, "Yo, they're turning this franchise around." And
You're talking about the Thor
lo and
franchise,
behold,
right? Not just MCU,
yeah,
but Thor. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Lo and
yeah,
behold, for sure.
yeah, yeah.
She
Lo
did
and
excellent.
behold,
Yeah.
you get Kate Blanchett, and not only that, you get like a crazy change to like a literal Ragnarok to the franchise because
Wow.
now that
Wow.
Asgard's gone,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
Ooh,
That's
shout out
deep.
to Taika.
That's deep right there.
Hmm,
That's deep. Just like Ragnarok,
we
it's a
go
clean
deep.
slate. That's
Yeah,
yeah. That's deep. That's
yeah,
what. That's YTT right there. God damn.
nice.
I love the visuals on this one, man. Compared to obviously the
Yeah,
rest of the series, but Ragnarok,
yeah,
they did it right. They did it so
yeah,
right, and like
yeah,
that's the type of mood that it should have had from the beginning. And
yeah,
even though it sucks that it took them the third try to get it right, but as long as they got to that point, it was great, and it set up Infinity War so well.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do
because you
you?
needed to know. Because I don't know if the stream like agrees with this, but Odin is the most powerful being. Like at this point, currently, he was the most powerful being in the Marvel universe. That's kind of like guarding the peace, because there are more powerful beings who are just like letting things happen, whatever. But uh, someone like Odin who went through a bunch of like wars, the conquest of the nine realms, right?
Wow.
And then seeing like just the story is so sick because like it was Odin's his like his greed that kind of like raised Hela.
I
And
like fixed point.
Hela like was the first holder of Mjolnir. Isn't that crazy?
Mm.
Like when you saw those drawings up in like
Oh yeah.
the ceilings of the palace,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So she held Mjolnir, Meow Meow,
Meow
and
mix. Yeah.
please deliver. Uh, yo, and like I don't know, just like the whole like family story about like relinquishing power
Mm-hmm.
and like responsibility of like a kingdom being, you know, kind of yeah, just such an interesting movie,
It is,
and
man.
it's like
Yeah.
very neon, like the colors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah,
even from the soundtrack and from the trailers and everything, it's very
yeah,
neon street lights type of vibe, with the title giving those outlines. It's very retro, but if you really think about it, it's the opposite of retro. It's supposed to be the future, right? And
yeah.
so
Retro future.
retro
Wow.
future. So I guess it kind of connects back to where they ended up, which is um, the planet of Sakara, where things the biggest garbage and dumps is where time is left in the rubble, where your old electronics are found, which kind
Yeah,
of relates to the vibe that it has, where it's like, oh, so this is where all the 80s television sets are, these are all
yeah,
the bubble sets are, and stuff like that. So, and Ragnarok talked a lot about home,
yeah,
about Odin
yeah,
saying that remember this place, which is that field that they were in that ended up being New Asgard, later
yeah,
on, right?
yeah.
Because
Trondheim.
they couldn't go back to Asgard regardless of Korg saying, um, Asgard's not that bad. The foundation's still good.
We can rebuild it.
And then
So he said.
Surtur just like stabbed it in one more time.
He put his back into it.
Shoutouts to the director Taika Waititi for voicing such an amazing character,
Yeah, yeah,
that I wasn't expecting that at all.
yeah,
Because you didn't really get to hear him in the trailers until the movie, and then you're like, oh
yeah.
man.
That's
And and the first time I watched it, I was dying because obviously when you meet him, he's like, "Hi, my name is Korg. I'm made out of rocks. You don't have to be afraid, unless you're made out of scissors, right?" And his friend Meeks is obviously has scissor hands, which is hilarious. And in the end of the movie, he accidentally stepped on him and killed him. He thought he killed him, which means rock beats scissors, right? And when he was talking to Thor, he said, "You're like the new Doug. We had a Doug here before. We tried to start a revolution, but I couldn't print enough pamphlets, so no one showed up, and he died on his own." So that just showed me that paper wins against rock because he didn't have enough
yo,
pamphlets.
yo. Are you serious? Stream. Let me know if this is like a layer too
Hey,
deep.
that's what I got out of it.
Yo, Stream. Let me know if you study these kinds of semiotics in Marvel films.
Let's get to semiotics. So I don't even know what that means, dog.
Yo, Stream. Let me know if I'm using that term correctly.
Yeah, comment down below if you think we're talking some fiction here. But hey, that I thought that was brilliant in terms of writing and just joking, you know. And we got to meet Valkyrie, which is one of the I wouldn't say I guess one of the first LBGT, um, openly LBGT heroines.
I think so.
What do you mean?
Well,
Think so? Yeah, right.
heroes? Yeah, okay. Wait.
Heroine. So make
Yes.
sure I want to
Yes.
say the right term here. Um, yeah, because at the end she was crowned king of Asgard by Thor, and she also said that she's looking for her queen. So it means that she's looking for. I don't know if you caught that, but that's what she said.
I
And
did,
then so it's great.
but
Yeah,
it's so normal to me
it is. Yeah,
that
it
I
should
would
be.
just
It should be normal, man. Shout out to the LBGTQ community,
yeah.
and
Yeah, shout outs to them.
shouts to them. The misunderstood, the highly underrated, the highly
Yup.
knowledgeable, and the
Yup. Highly creative.
highly creative, man. Just
Mm.
like all around wholesome
Mm.
people. And
Jeez.
it sucks that we can't have Pride Parade this year, or barely. Probably did it happen already? I can't even remember.
It was canceled. A lot of things are canceled. Y'all know why?
Yeah, I usually go every year because you get just some free booze there, man.
You do.
Those guys, they just give
Yes,
you booze everywhere, dude. Like that's,
I know.
I know like one of the most homophobic people on earth, and even he's like, "Yo, Pride dope."
He goes once a year and he's like, you know what? These guys aren't so bad.
Yeah, I remember him
Uh,
saying one time he said I like gay people because they know I'm hot. So I'm like, wow. Like, so it's really
Yo, is he
more
hot?
for yourself. Like, yo, shout outs to X. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say his name.
Yo,
I'm not
let's
gonna
send his
expose,
government.
but shout outs to him, bro. Cool
Oh
guy.
shit.
Anyways,
That's so
yeah,
funny.
I agree. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
Ragnarok
A?
on the A
Yeah.
list, man.
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
was dope. We got to hear Hulk talk a little bit more in that one.
Yeah.
He wasn't just saying puny god or nothing like that. He was, you know,
Yeah.
he was
Yo,
straight
Street.
up.
Let me know what you think of this scene, like the dynamics of it. The Hulk, not Professor Hulk, not Banner. Hulk
Mm.
sitting on a bed talking about feelings to Thor.
Yeah,
That scene is
yeah, dude.
just, that's
When
nice.
when Thor had to reassure him that he was someone important, that he was someone revered as a
Yeah,
superhero, and that Banner in
yeah,
comparison is nothing. You know, I love the little grunts. The
yeah.
uh, when he stepped out of the bathtub naked and
Yeah,
Thor,
those X. Like,
dude, that was so
dude,
funny.
are you like I didn't know that we were allowed to have that. Because
That's
stream,
how,
you
yeah.
already know that's porn. That's all like almost porn right
Technically,
there.
man, technically, yeah. I mean, he was. We saw Hulk's V. What is that called?
Yeah.
The V thing, and you know, and I love
Yeah.
how Thor had to look all the way up because he knows that the waist, his waist is eye level, so he can't even just like look. He had to go like if you watch it again, he's like all the way
Yeah.
up there.
Yep. Oh man, that's a Disney movie, y'all.
Yeah, yeah. There were some callbacks to some past ones. Obviously, Thor telling the Hulk the sun's getting real low, big guy. That to me,
That's my favorite.
I almost died. I almost
Yeah, me
died at
too.
that part, dude.
Dude, and no one got it. Not in the theater, not like after we watched.
Really?
Nobody like yeah. I remember because it's like why is no one laughing at that? That's the best line right there.
That was like the best, cause like Thor would try something like that, you know, like
Yeah.
he would, like
Sun's
he'll try
getting low.
anything to win. Yeah, it's like sun's getting real low, big guy. And then that's when he
Oh
did the
shit.
Loki move, and Loki cheered, and he was just like a two-hit
Yeah.
combo of just like callbacks. Then when
Yeah.
Loki yelled, "Yes, that's how it feels," that to me was like hilarious
Nice.
because that was a big scene in the first Avengers.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the kind of quality you want, like the kind of dialogue quality you want
Mhm.
from the Thor movies.
Mhm.
Cause like, man, it was dry as fuck.
Yeah, it was
Like
very.
Thor 2,
Thor 2 was a lot of like if you can take the Thor 2 script and put it on a Shakespeare book and you can't tell the difference. That's
yeah,
what it was. Like,
Yeah.
does mother know you weareth her drapes?
That's not the same one.
I know, but like it might as well be, right?
Yeah.
We also
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a
for
lot
sure.
of growth
Yeah.
and progress
Yeah.
for Loki as a character. He was seen as
Yeah.
an asshole before this, but him and Thor
Yeah.
uh, being in a new planet and not really knowing anyone else had no choice but to stick together. And it was cool, man, to see that they do the get help thing.
Yeah. That's
That was really
interesting.
funny. You see Odin saying, uh, he said he was happy that my sons are here, and that when he
Yeah.
said my sons, Loki gave him a look that was like, I didn't think you'd still consider me as a son. You know what I mean? And much
Yeah.
like Odin having to lose his eye for knowledge, Thor had to lose his eye to pretty much become the new leader of Asgard, right?
Yeah.
Like to take all the people that he can with him, the
Yeah.
people that he can save. And shout outs to Led Zeppelin, man. The Immigrant Song, that would have been the perfect like foreshadowing of what was about to happen, because they all became immigrants after that movie.
Yeah. 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 That's
And
true.
that
That is
was the
true.
whole point of
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Asgard is no more and that we need to find a new place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you know what's actually crazy, Stream? If we're talking like general, if we're talking general, just generally.
Hmm.
This is the first time we've seen a nation of white people who have like maximum wealth, maximum health. Yo, and then their shit gets blown up, and then they become immigrants.
Mm.
Like this is amazing to see,
Hmm.
and this is nothing that we've ever seen.
It's true.
Because imagine if like who's like, let's say America. No, America's a third world country. We need a first world country to compare this to, but I can't think of any right now. It's
Japan.
probably one of the Nordic countries.
Mm. Yeah, just
Well,
like
yeah, Japan too. So like, yeah, imagine if Japan's like country just collapsed because of a demon who fucking
hmm
just went, hey, yeah.
yeah, he
But yeah,
fucking
imagine them,
Helmbreaker
and
that
then
shit.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, like that's the down heavy. Is that down heavy?
Air heavy, air down heavy, or something like
Jeez.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you see a nation with all this like technology and like magic and shit. Has have to disperse. Like, what would that look like? We got to see that in Ragnarok.
Yeah, because you
So
always think Asgard was this
interesting.
like really heavily fortified place that like nothing could really touch it,
Yeah.
because it was a planet filled with warriors. It was a planet filled with people with having super strength. That to them that was normal.
Yeah.
So to see that, and Hela, Kate Blanchett, did an excellent job at being just
Yeah.
notorious and cunning and sly, and really being the goddess of death that didn't give a fuck. I mean, dude, when she like fought all those soldiers, uh, you know,
Free.
dude, they were all free. They were all,
Free.
yeah.
So free.
You ever watch Step Brothers where they went back to the playground and started like beating the shit out of those children? That was literally what happened. Like
Oh man, yo,
the
you should edit that right here. Show me a
yeah,
2 second
I
like
should.
gif.
I should. Yeah, yeah.
Just
That
yeah,
scene where it's just like the
it's
rotating
free.
camera and then the doves are flying and they're just like kicking. that scene, that was hella kicking
Yeah.
ass in Asgard
Nice, yeah.
right there. And
It's a
shout outs
mannequin
to
challenge.
shout outs to Matt Damon for portraying a cameo in this movie. That
Yeah.
he played Loki in a play. Uh, so hilarious, man. And
Yeah.
like
Dude, the humor level is so good in this movie. Just
absolutely,
like the mix of everything. It's just turned up.
absolutely, dude. When he's like strongest
Yeah.
Avenger, access denied,
Yeah.
strongest Avenger. You know what I mean?
Access denied.
And then the guy just comes in, banner, access granted, welcome, strongest Avenger. And then Thor's like, what?
No, that's not what happened. No.
What?
Oh, that's a wrong
Oh
memory.
shit! Oh my bad.
Oh, you'll
My
see.
bad. Oh shit!
You'll see
Mandela
it.
effect. Mandela
Wait,
effect.
Yo, Mandela effect. I was just watching that video.
Oh, so
That's
that's not
weird.
what happened.
It's
What
kinda
Mandela
spooky.
effect?
No, yeah. Well, I watched a video recently, the Mandela effect video. But what actually happened Find this really funny because stream. You'll have to Google this Point Break reference if you don't know what Point Break is.
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah, the Point Break, he finally got it right. But I'm saying when Banner said it,
Yeah.
he said "Welcome, strongest Avenger" when he said Banner.
Oh,
Yeah,
I forgot. I forgot
yeah,
about
yeah,
that
yeah.
part.
But he did
Oh,
say Point
right.
Break
So we
because
did forget. Yeah.
that's what he called him in Avengers 1. And it's
Wow. So
from a
Tony
movie.
thinks that the strongest Avenger is the Hulk.
Yeah, I guess so. Or maybe
Interesting.
whatever AI that was on there thought that he was the strongest Avenger. Or I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting. Because it's a very hard. I mean, Stormbreaker. You know,
Oh, here we go. Yeah, sorry, my
Stormbreaker
bad.
to
Yeah,
Hulk is
I forgot that you are
you know
you're a Thor
that's my
stan.
guy.
So you say stan? What are stans? I don't know.
Uh,
I'm 30 years old. Stream. I don't know what these terms are called, but when somebody really likes something, they usually call themselves something stan. So I guess
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah.